When police watch a double murder happen and no one gets fired, you're not living in a democracy. You're living in a darn crime scene. You guys gotta check this out.
What's up, guys? It's Benny. Just when you think the case of the No Kings killer in Minneapolis, Minnesota couldn't get any stranger or twisted or more dark, it just took a horrifying new turn. If you get the suspicion that there's some type of high-level cover-up going on here, you're right. Something is not right in Minnesota. Horror in the heartland, as Vance Belter here was allowed to go into the house of...
Really quick, guys, let me know what you're thinking. This sounds like a rotten, rotten government from top to bottom. Everybody that's involved in this is very, very corrupt. Leave a like. Let's keep going.
Representative Melissa Hortman. She's the Speaker of the House. She's a Democrat. He was allowed to go into her house and kill her. Cops were there. We have all of the evidence. The police tell us that the cops engaged him and they let him go into her house and then commit the murders and then escape. This is all according to the official police record.
Yep.
It's really strange. Then this man, who is out of shape and overweight and doesn't look like he could do a flight of stairs without getting winded, was able to evade special forces.
So really quick, guys, if any of you guys have kids, I want you to ask him one question, right? Would you let this guy walk into someone's house and then get away with it? This doesn't sound like incompetence. This is conspiracy. Let's anybody could figure this out. Let's keep going.
Here, I mean, you can see the people who's arrested him, finally, after a 3-day manhunt. He evaded them for 3 days? After escaping the police? And nimbly, moving all throughout the state? They found him in a field. Apparently, this cold-blooded killer was on his knees in a fetal position, crying and surrendering. What else do we know about Vance? What's his motive exactly? What the hell's wrong with you? He's a dad of 5 children. He's married. His wife was caught with a car full of passports, firearms, and ammunition, and $50,000 cash. She was running across the state. Authorities didn't detain her. That's insane. Vance Belter here worked with Governor Walz. What do we mean by that? Well, we have the paperwork. We have the documents. Governor Walz signed his paperwork appointing Vance Belter to one of the governor's boards for small businesses. What did he do for a living? Well, we know that he plucked out eyeballs. Oh, yeah. No joke. This was his day job, or night job. Minnesota assassin Vance Belter extracted eyeballs from corpses for a living. In fact, he was doing that right before the double murder. Huh? Before that, he was a manager at a 7-Eleven. We kid you not.
This guy right here is a certified psycho. He has Democratic ties to cash, corpses, and all types of crazy connections. But they want to say that we, the people that use common sense, are the extremists. And they want to say, oh, you support Trump no matter what. But this is what they're backing.
He was also running a shady NGO that brought African migrants to the state of Minnesota. Not exactly MAGA material there. His wife had worked for Tim Walz in Washington, D.C. when he was a congressman. They're trying to paint this guy as like the MAGA killer. No. Let me tell you, I know MAGA, we don't run migrant resettlement programs to the heartland and work for Democrats, especially the Democrats that run with Kamala Harris. So none of it makes sense. It's all very strange. And it's triggering my radar for something being extremely off here. But now, ladies and gentlemen, we get this. Break-in reported at the home of assassinated Minnesota lawmaker Melissa Hortman, days after double murder. Would you look at that? So this is Melissa Hortman. Of course, we disavow all political violence. We think this is obscene and horrible and doesn't really matter. The political background of Vance Belter, we disavow all of it. It does matter, okay? But what I'm saying is, no matter what, violence is hard-coded and deep in the bones on the left. This is another reason why we know he's not MAGA, because MAGA people don't do this.
Exactly. We just get hate.
The Brooklyn home. This is Brooklyn, Minnesota. Home of murdered Minnesota rep Melissa Hortman and her husband was just broken into on Tuesday night. The house is, of course, an active crime scene. It had been boarded up since the grisly double murder. at the hands of the political assassin. Former Minnesota Speaker of the House and her husband were gunned down. It's awful. The home was once again processed by crime scene investigators for evidence of the burglary. The home appeared to have been searched by an unknown individual. The family has indicated that they don't believe anything is missing. This is the house. And
So let me ask you guys a question. I really want you to comment. The most high profile case in Minnesota in a very long time gets burglarized, days after an actual crime was committed there. That right there just doesn't sit right with me. I think that's a cleanup job. Do you agree? Yes or no? Just let me know down low in the comments. It's so many twists and turns, man. If you don't pay attention, it'll get right past you. But I think ever since Trump's got elected, we've been able to see right through the BS. A lot of people have been able to do that, but me, man, everything I see in the media now, and I'm looking and diving deep into it.
somebody smashed the window and went and broke into their home and fleeced the place. The home has been searched by an unknown individual. What the hell is going on here? Some kind of like horrible cover up happening. A break in was reported at Melissa Hortman's home. Like, is there no, like, what the hell is going on in Minnesota?
Exactly.
Burglar hits Melissa Hortman's home. You can't make this up. Somebody broke in days after her and her husband were assassinated. The scene was boarded up, secured, and under investigation, yet somebody was able to pry it open and went inside.
Exactly.
They didn't rob it, they just searched it. So, okay, like let's go with this is just some dumbass, youth, right? Some criminal youth that broke in. You can see here they shattered a window in what looks like a.
So really quick, guys, I'm sorry to keep pausing. It's just so much going on. Why didn't they put up cameras on this crime scene? That's one of my biggest questions because it seems like they can track a $12 Venmo if something goes wrong, you know, but you can't secure a crime scene with cameras. This is right here is what happens when you go defund the police and fund chaos. This is exactly what happens.
Basement window there. So let's say that this was just a youth looking for a quick TV, right? Quick television or whatever, some jewelry. You would assume that they'd take the damn TV and the jewelry because clearly nobody was watching the house.
Exactly.
This window would be on this side of the house. Here's the cop car, smashing it, breaking it. This would be something that would make a loud noise. You'd be seen, but they didn't take anything. So what the hell was this about? This was a cleanup operation. Goodness gracious, is what people are saying. I mean, prove us wrong. Just days after being assassinated by Vance Belter, the home of Minnesota Representative Melissa Hortman has been broken into and burglarized. But it hasn't been burglarized. Not suspicious at all. It was just somebody just went there to what? Look around? There's something truly bizarre about this Minnesota Democrat shootings. The cops aren't supposed to show up while the assassin was at Melissa Hortman's home. It made the shooter rush out, and now it seems like they're cleaning up the crime scene to frame it as something different. It's very, very bizarre. What the hell is going on? It's burgled, but it's a burglary that doesn't take anything? The official report says that nothing was taken from the home. Brooklyn Park Police confirmed somebody broke in to the home overnight. Like, you don't have an officer stationed there? This is a massive crime scene and has made international news because of the horrors of it all. The break-in happened overnight. Authorities weren't alerted to the incident until around 8 a.m. Wednesday morning. The Brooklyn Police Department, the windows of the home were boarded up with plywood after the investigators had processed the scene for evidence. One of those boards in the back of the house had been pried off and the window was broken. You can't, could you put up one of those little police monitor things? All these, these cops have these little monitor stations with the cameras. You couldn't put that up here to just make sure that nobody's breaking in? Even if you don't have the manpower to station a cop outside of it?
This isn't left versus right anymore, guys. It's good versus evil. I think the real question is, who's cleaning up these crime scenes while we're sitting here watching the news? Let me know what you think down below in the comments. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe if you're new. And as always, let me know what you react to. We're out.